You got Obamaphone?
Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obamaphone. Keep Obama in president, you know. He gave us a phone.
He gave you a phone?
Do more.
How do you give you a phone?
You sign up if you on food stamps, you on Social Security, you got low income, you disability.
All right, remember her back from the 2012 election? Well, tonight there is new disturbing information about what exactly some people will do with those, quote, Obama phones, because conservative activist James O'Keefe and members of the Project Veritas went undercover to expose what this program's really funding. Now, keep in mind, your hard-earned tax dollars are paying for this. Watch this.
How much do you think it's worth exactly? I don't know, and I get a lot of y'all that come up through here trying to repurchase phones. You're holding up the line. I don't know. If you're interested in wanting to know how much the phone's worth, I recommend you go to any pawn shop. I'd be more than happy to do it. Okay?
Okay, so I could get the phone and then sell it.
Yeah, I don't care what you have there. You can't have more than just one phone to your name.
Yeah, gotcha. So I can like sell it and stuff. Whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so get some money for heroin. Hey, I'm a judge.
I already have a phone, but I just need money. So, like, am I allowed to do what I want with the phone when I get it? Could I sell it?
You want? Sure.
All I'm saying is thank God for Obama, because Obama's basically paying for my Louis Vuitton bag right now, if you know what I mean. So,
that would totally work then. We could just...
Oh, and on my application, one more question. When I come back on the application, should I put down that I intend to sell it, or don't, like, put that up? Don't.
Probably, like, do the fifth on.
Okay.
You know that's illegal.
Sell it?
Is that a bad question?
It's kind of a question that I do this here, and unfortunately, our people on drugs. They get this phone and they go get $40.
Now, remember, you spent $2.2 billion on this program just last year alone. Pretty unbelievable. Joining me now with reaction, Fox News political analyst Juan and Fox News contributor Deneen Borelli. Louis Vuitton bags, heroin, I'm going to sell it, make some money. But is it a good life?
Yeah, it's outrageous. You know, cash is king, Sean, and people make it a business sometimes to use government entitlements to sell them for whatever it is that they want to sell it for. Cash, items, you name it. But this is an underground economy, and this is happening every day, and it's a perfect example of the waste, fraud, and abuse that is going on because of bloated government.
What's your reaction to this one?
I just can't believe that you guys are making this out to be an example. Well, first of all, Deneen's talking about an underground economy. You're talking about this is coming out of the taxpayer's pocket. Both wrong. This has not come out of the taxpayer's pocket. This is a universal service fee charge that everybody with a cell phone. Hang on, let me finish. Let me finish. They have this charge because of access for people in poor areas of the country. You got to be in poverty to qualify for one of these phones, and you get 90 minutes a month, Sean, so that you can contact an employer has a contact number if you're trying to get a job. If you're a single mom, these are legitimate reasons.
There are 10 million people who are getting these phones.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry we have that many poor people, and it wasn't started, you know, people call Obamaphone. This is a program that started under Ronald Reagan, extended under George W. Bush.
It started under them. It was wrong then, and it's wrong
I'm just saying. So this is not an example of entitlement president, welfare excess. This is an example of a good program started by Republican presidents that has now had some fraud, and it has to be addressed.
It's not the government's role to provide people with all of their wants and needs. We're talking about cell phones.
Yes.
People are getting these phones, and I know of people who have a house phone, a cell phone that they pay for, and this Obama phone. There is a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse that's going on, and we are paying for this nonsense.
Well, first of all, it's not we, the taxpayers. This is a separate program for people who have
that are coming out of our
exactly right. But let's separate it out from the taxpayers.
Let's be honest. That's
we shouldn't be paying it.
I don't think it's a tax.
You can spin it any way you want.
Let me just say, for poor people, I'm not going to pick on poor people. If you want to pick on somebody, I'm with Tim Griffin, a Republican.
No one's picking on anyone that's poor. It's poor.
Republican congressman from Arkansas, Tim Griffin. You know what he says? This is corporate welfare, because the big corporations are the ones that benefit from this program. It's not some little guy selling it for a pocketbook.
I'm listening to you, and the average person now that's working and paying taxes, half the country doesn't pay any. 50 million Americans are on food stamps, and here you have it on tape where they're they're going to take advantage of other people's money.
Yes.
And taxpayer money.
Fine.
And they're going to buy heroin, Louis Vuitton bags, and get money.
And
you're
not okay with that?
Look, that's wrong, but I'm just saying
Sean,
the big crime here is the corporate crime, and the real and the political content of it is not anti-Obama entitlement programs. It's what's going on with fraud that has to be stopped, and we've seen the Obama administration now try to crack down on them. They saved millions of dollars over the last 2 years.
Sean, it's a vote-buying scheme.
No, this is where we're going.
Getting freebies,
this is ridiculous.
Who are voting for the left that always gives out freebies for Americans. Look at
Ronald Reagan and George W. Bush.
I already said it was bad then, and
but I'm saying, were they buying votes, Deneen? Were they buying votes?
In Ohio in 2012, over 1 million people received these free phones during an election year. It doubled.
Right, but it
what
also,
does that tell you?
It went up, what, nearly 200% under Obama.
Yes.
In 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah, because we were in a recession. More people were earning 135% below the poverty line in order to qualify.
What happened to the summer of recovery?
Oh, we all can use more recovery, but that's a separate issue. What we have is a high poverty rate.
And is Obama responsible?
I think in part, but I think if you look back at the cause of the recession,
you're going to go to Bush?
I don't want you to exactly. I knew where you were going, so I just don't want to go there.
5 years later.
We had a recession. That's all I'm saying to you.
We should be gainfully employed for people to be getting jobs and to be providing for their own wants and needs. It's not the government's role, especially to provide cell phones. That's ridiculous.
But if you live in a rural area or if you're poor, don't you think the government should ask the telephone companies to make sure that people have access to telephone service?
It's not the government's role.
I think we want people out of poverty.
With cell phones. That's ridiculous.
I think we want people out of poverty. If I'm trying to get a job, if I'm really working hard to get a job,
lower taxes,
I should be able to give that person a contact number to say, hey, Juan, you got a job.
Those provide jobs. How about the energy that we?
Well, they can't get a job if they don't have a cell phone. They don't have a contact number for the employer to contact.
You and I did without cell phones. How did we make out?
Do without? What are you talking about?
Years ago, there weren't any cell phones.
Well, they had a landline then. That's why this program was changed, because now a third of the country, my kids don't even have landlines. They all have cell phones. Okay, you can say that, but you can't. Don't pick on the poor. Pick on these rich corporations.
It's the facts, Juan. We're talking about the facts.
All right.
We're going to leave it